everyone. My name is Dara. This is Dear Hallmark. So it's time to talk about holiday heritage. That was the first of kind of the last group of movies that we received for Countdown to Christmas. Can you believe it's over? I remember still the anticipation of waiting for the schedule of the movie so we could see who was paired together and what else was going on. And to now think that it's over and that Christmas is literally this weekend is crazy to me. So, Holiday Heritage, needless to say, it stars Lindy Greenwood, Brooks Darnell, Holly Robinson Peete. And it is our first Kwanzaa offering from the Hallmark Mothership. And here's what it's about. So Lindy Greenwood's character, Ella, she goes back home for the holidays, and her mom and her grandmom are kind of at odds with one another. The grandmother is her mother's mother, just for context. And so there's some underlying things there going on between her mom and the grandmom in terms of family dynamics and things like that. Ella's grandfather has passed away, and so that kind of unearthed some things that caused them to see things in a different light. And so when she goes back home, she's kind of trying to get her mom and grandmom back in good graces with one another. And one of the ways in which she does that is she tries to revive the Kwanzaa celebration that her grandfather instituted, not only within the family, but also within the community, because the grandfather was also the mayor of the town. I believe it's called Marystown, and it's set in Pennsylvania. So Brooks Darnell's character, Griffin, is now the mayor of the town, and he's helping Ella to put the mom and grandmom back together. Kwanzaa happens. They also do Christmas. And, Griffin and Ella are exes, and then they get back together, and such is the movie. Here's the thing, you guys. So I was confused out of the get-go because we saw the Philly skyline, and I got super excited, right? And then they said, oh, how's life out in Boston? When she gets a call from her mom, and I'm like, but we just saw the Philly skyline. So what do you mean Boston? Is she in Boston? Like, I was confused about that. I know there are some instances where Philly and Boston kind of mimic one another in terms of historical landscape, but by and large, does the skyline, they don't look the same. So I was confused with that because whenever she was supposed to be in the city or in Boston, they kept showing the Philly skyline instead of Boston. So I was confused about that. And that added to my confusion the more they kept talking about it. So that was a big hurdle for me to get over as I was watching this movie. And this was just like, first of all, can we talk about the casting? Because Lindy, I could not stop staring at how much Lindy looks like Holly Robinson Peete. Like, they legit look like mother and daughter. And I didn't see it before because Lindy Greenwood was in the movie with Tamara Mowry Housley in October, Girlfriendship. She was one of the girlfriends. And I didn't see it then. It didn't click. But now seeing them next to each other, it's like, my goodness, literally carbon copy. So that great casting on that part. All in all, though, this story felt a little bit slow and the family drama was a little bit too much. This is another case of should have been on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. I think that's what this movie suffers from. They put it on channel and it would have been more appropriate because of the pace and the family dynamics with the drama. It should have been on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. I think it would have been better received because our expectations are already set up for a little bit more drama, a little bit more intensity when we view Miracles of Christmas movies over there. And I think this would have been a perfect movie for the Miracles of Christmas lineup instead of for Hallmark Channel. That was another big hurdle for me too, with that, on top of the city confusion that I talked about earlier. I thought Lindy and Brooks had great chemistry. I just wish it wasn't in this story. I wish we got another story for them to really have some chemistry with. because I want to see them in a non-holiday context. Love Holly Robinson Pete in this. I could not stop staring at her hair. Every time she showed up on the screen with a different hairstyle, I was taking notes. I said, oh, yep, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. Like, I was taking notes every time. So I really appreciated the stylist for Holly, her hairstylist. I felt like the grandmother was endearing. She gave me grandmotherly feels, and even the grandmother's friend. I appreciated that. But all in all, I would give this movie a 3, and it's a low 3 because again, the pacing is what I think did it in. Unfortunately, I do think it was a tender-hearted movie, but I just think it suffered from it being on channel instead of it being on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. So I'm going to give it a low 3 crowns. I don't think it's a 2.75. I think 3 is like, because I also appreciate the effort in Hallmark wanting to institute a Kwanzaa movie. I understand what they were trying to do. But it's interesting because it felt like the drama was more so between Holly and the grandmom than the leading lady and Brooks. But that's another story for another time. But in any event, what did you think of Holiday Heritage? What did you think about Hallmark's first foray into Kwanzaa? Is this something we're now going to get every year, like a Hanukkah movie, which we're going to talk about as well, Hanukkah on Rye? But what are your thoughts about Holiday Heritage? What were your expectations going in? Talk to me down in the comments below. I'll be sure to meet y'all there. But let me tell y'all something real quick. So firstly, Brooks Darnell signed a multi-picture deal with Hallmark Media. So congratulations to you, Brooks. I feel like it's apropos to talk about that, being as though this is the Holiday Heritage Review. So congratulations to Brooks Darnell for like officially, contractually becoming a part of the Hallmark Media family. But also, for those of you who are looking for my, not review, but my recap of my experience at Rama Drama Christmas in Chicago, as well as Christmas Con New Jersey 2022, be sure to check out the podcast. I've been going hard on the podcast this past week. I uploaded my reviews for A Fabled Holiday, Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas Dinner with Mom and Them, Haul Out the Holly, A Tale of Two Christmases, and Holiday Stocking. So all of those are up on the podcast, along with my recap of Rama Drama Christmas in Chicago and Christmas Con New Jersey 2022. So Rama Drama Christmas in Chicago, that recap is tagged on to the A Tale of Two Christmases and Haul Out the Holly episode. And Christmas Con New Jersey's recap is its own episode because I say to myself, and myself says, I said, we are going to only talk for 10 minutes. And myself said, you lying. And sure enough, I was, because I talked for 26 minutes about Christmas Con New Jersey. So be sure to check that out. There is a link in the description to the podcast, and you're able to leave me a voice message on the podcast as well. So you guys be sure to check that out. Again, my name is Dara. This is Dear Hallmark, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Ciao, my friends.